Everyone's been told to save, save, and save. Well, my friends, what if I actually told you that that's probably the reason why you're stuck? Today, I'm reacting to a well-known and well-attractive financial expert by the name of Erica, which I'm sure that you guys most likely know, who challenges the idea that savings alone can build wealth. Let's see if her take holds up and why relying on savings might be holding you back from real financial growth. If you're new here, my friends, my name is Vic. Hello. I'm a registered oncology nurse and certified life coach turned personal finance strategist who helps men get smarter with their money. So hello, my friends. Now let's just get straight into the video. Please subscribe and share.
Here's some money for your birthday, kid. Thanks, Dad. I'm gonna buy a Barbie. Wait, kid. You should save your money. Money doesn't grow on trees.
I know it's obviously like a role play, but like the little girl in this sense, obviously Erica, she was wanting to get a Barbie, right? In regards to saving your money, I obviously think that's super important, but look, I mean, I never preach you should buy materialistic goods that are probably like super luxury or stuff like that, like Lambos and stuff like that. I really don't think that's necessary. But mate, when a kid wants a Barbie, man, like I'd like to think if I was a dad and if I had a daughter, my daughter was like, oh, can I please get you a Barbie? Oh, you need to save every damn pound you have. Like, bro, come on, that's not reality, man. You know, but I get the point of what she's trying to say, but I just found it funny. And I'm sure that she realized that as well. I think she was just more reiterating that point, but yeah, I just found it funny.
Here's your first paycheck. Don't spend it all at once. Thanks, boss. Don't worry, I'm saving my money. You've worked so hard. We're giving you a $10,000 bonus. Thanks, boss. Hi, I have $10,000 I'd like to deposit into my savings account.
Now, this is why, my friends, it just angers me. I think the whole system is because, like, in this video, I think Erica has demonstrated such a incredible visual in literally like 45 seconds, something like this, 50 seconds. She's demonstrated such an incredible visual of a story of how just one tip from your parents or someone that's very close to you can literally dictate and change the whole course of your life. Just one very small tip, which is just that savings leads to building wealth, right? And I mean, theoretically, there's nothing wrong with that. But when you look at the underlying cause of what's actually happening, which you will see in a second, my friends, which is terrifying to me when I first found out, and this is one of the reasons I made this channel, my friends, I think it's genuinely very scary, honestly. So just continue with the video so you guys can see. And just remember, like, she got a $10,000 right paycheck, which I'll show you by the way at the end of this video. Anyway, let me not spoil it for you, but just remember and really pay attention to what's happened so far right now. So she got a $10,000 paycheck and she put it into a savings account, right? Just remember that very important point that I'll show you at the end of this video.
I'm ready to go retire on that beach in Florida. I'm sorry, you don't have enough money to do that yet. But I don't understand. I've been saving money all my life, just like my dad taught me. Your money sitting in a bank account is worth less and less each year. What are you talking about? I even had $10,000 saved up by the time I was 32. That $10K when you were 32 is now worth about $6,000 because of inflation. What could I have done differently? You should have been investing some of the money so that your money would have made you more money.
Now, what Erica is saying there, of course, my friends, is like absolutely true. And this is the whole point. Like the $10,000 paycheck, right, that we said, because of inflation, it's now worth $6,000. And you may be wondering how. The problematic thing is like, I genuinely think people are way smarter than this, and they actually know that this is happening. So then you have to wonder, why are they doing that? I have a feeling it's just because of the fear of investing, which is why, my friends, I spent over 30+ hours making a course in an online community that's literally only $1 a month. So you get the course absolutely free of charge. If you want, you can just check out that community. Link is down below in the description. If you're at all the tiniest bit curious, I would recommend you just learn more and just check it out to see what we offer. I really do think it can help you and it could save you many, many years that you can't take back, just like the lady that Erica is playing in this video. And that is what I don't want to happen to you, my friends. The reason that your money is being depreciated is because the currencies are constantly being debased. The monetary currency is being debased. And since 1913 up till now, the actual dollar has depleted over 95% of its value. And then you have to wonder, does it actually have any real value? The answer is no, my friends, because it is literally paper that we have established that this is going to be our currency, which is why I personally believe cryptocurrency, because it's established so well, and I can really see it. I can really see why Bitcoin can be established so well as a monetary leader in the space. If you were to have that $10,000, right, literally just in 1 year, if you look at the average inflation rate, let's say in the UK, which is, for easy numbers, I'm just going to round it up. So let's say it's 3%. I think it's 2.35% at the moment, but let's round it up and say it's 3%. If it's 3%, that literally means, my friends, that your $10,000 that you have would be worth, the following year, would be worth $9,700. And by the way, this is invisible to you. You're not seeing this. Do you get what I mean? This is the most terrifying thing, is because you're not seeing this at all, right? So your money's actually being depleted in your bank account, leaving it in there every single year. And your purchasing power, meaning how much you're able to buy with that money, is actually going down because your money's worth less and less every single year, right? That's the main reason. That's the whole point of why it's so scary. And government keeps prompting you to save money and save money, because the thing is when you save money, you put your money into banks, and then they use that through fractional reserve banking. They use that, lend that out to more people as loans, and then they make more money that way. And because of that, they're actually making a profit, because they're lending out the same money that they've got from treasuries to other people or businesses, etc., whatever, at a higher interest rate. So therefore, they make more money in the process. This is basically like the whole gist of fractional reserve banking, roughly how the banking system works, right? But now, my friends, let me show you something very important, because at the end, Eric obviously says, what could I have done differently? And true, what could have you done differently? So let me show you exactly what that $10,000 would look like. Let me just change the screen here, and let's have a look exactly what it would look like, because I think it's very, very important that you see this. Okay, my friends. So before we do anything, I will never recommend anything to you. I'm not saying that you need to do this. This is what I personally do, right? So I do this. I'm only going to talk about stuff on this channel that I personally do. I don't want you to invest everything and then come back to me saying, oh, I've lost everything, etc. You need to understand there's an element of risk in every single investment, right? And if you don't know what you're doing, yeah, you can lose. Like, simple. But my friends, it's the same as in real estate. Like, everyone does real estate, right? And everyone invests in real estate. But again, there's so many people that lose money because they don't know what they're doing. There's so many different regulations and laws. I personally find this a lot easier. I really do. And I personally find this to give me a higher ROI, which is return on investment, right? I genuinely think this gives me a better return on investment over time, which is why I'm making the biggest bet possible on this for my retirement for the longer period, right? But this is what I'm doing personally. So if this interests you, please continue watching. And also, if you want to learn more about it, again, check out the link down below in my community. It's literally 77p a month, or $1 a month if you're American, or work in dollar units. Still a very, very new community, and I'm just promoting it right now to try and get the first 10 people in. For transparency, I'd love for you guys to use it, take advantage of me making it, because I spent over 30 plus hours doing so, and I would love some feedback on it as well, my friends. Now, let's quickly go onto the code calculator. Let me show you what we can do. So the $10,000 invest initially, right, that Erica had. Now I've done it 0-month contributions because we're not putting in any money. This is just purely the $10,000 bonus that she had. I've only done it from the time when she got the $10,000 bonus, right? So if you calculate in 25 years time, and you calculate an estimated interest rate, which is the nominal rate of return, which would be approximately 10%. By the way, that's low. Normally S&P right now is averaging round about 11-ish%. It's even a bit more than 11, but let's say 10%. And trust me, 1% makes a massive difference, honestly, especially in the long time horizon, massive difference. So we're talking a big 6-figure, 7-figure difference, depending on the sum of money that you have. But in terms of the nominal rate of return, so this is before inflation, right? So this isn't adjusted after inflation, this is adjusted before inflation. That is 10%, right? We click calculate. All right, perfect. So that is $108,000, right? From doing nothing, by the way. Doing absolutely nothing. So that is, as you can see, the total contributions here that you've contributed is literally just 10,000, and that has 10x your return in 25 years, which in my opinion is a pretty incredible result, genuinely, from just a simple automation of just leaving your money and letting it sit there and letting it grow. That's an incredible thing to do, right? And this is just investing into low-cost index funds that can generate approximate 10% to 12% returns, something like the S&P. Again, not financial advice. No, I'm not telling you to go into that. I'm just saying funds that historically have done so, right? Like the S&P 500. But things like this, they generate that. And yeah, that's personally my favorite fund anyways. But in terms of investing, like, I understand it is risky and you do need to understand risk tolerance, stuff like this. So like I say, I'm more than happy to help you guys out, because I think the biggest thing that's holding most of you back is fear. So anyway, let's go back to the other video right now. Like I say, down below in my community, you can really, and I'm not just promoting it just because of the fact you want to go in the community. Yes, obviously you want you to go in the community, but genuinely in terms of helping you being able to tolerate your fear from investing, or help you to understand investing better, just from a financial insight, financial guide perspective, right? Because that's all I want to be able to help you do, just to show you, to coach you into seeing what's possible, right? Because the thing is many people will just go like, I'm going to invest in real estate, my returns will go way up. Yeah, sure, they will. I'm not saying that they won't. But genuinely, my friends, if you look at the stats of real estate, right? So in the last 50 years, real estate, depending on the articles, some will say it's gone up by 680%, some will say that it's gone up by 1,100%. which is incredible. By the way, that's a 6.7x return or 11x return. So it's an incredible return since 1980, right? So it's around that time. That's an incredible return. For example, with real estate, because I know a lot of people do this. That's why I'm talking about it right now. But the thing is, my friends, you need to realize this. There's been mass adoption in real estate. So since 1980, there's literally been 1980, an average house was around about £19,000, right? And in 2020 or 2023, something like this, the average house right now approximately is like around about 290k, right? Seeing that and you're like going like, oh my god, like, oh, it's incredible, this is perfect. Yeah, sure it is, but the mass adoption phase, like with any product, mass adoption eventually goes slightly more linear. It doesn't exponentially keep growing, it just goes a bit more linear. So this is the thing, because if you imagine, right, if everything's what you're saying is true, and this is just my opinion, this is just my speculation, right? I'm not saying that this will happen, this is how I see the world. If the house prices kept increasing the way many people are thinking, because they just buy houses and they're just thinking, oh, house price will keep increasing like no tomorrow. Sure, they will, but it's more diminishing returns, right? The more that we go into housing, the more diminishing returns there will be, because the big housing adoption phase, right, or if that's even a term for it, was probably over the last 50 years. If you look over the next 50 years, in my opinion, right, the average house can't 7x again. Like the average house right now is, like I say, almost 300k. So if you're looking at a 7x, the average house in 50 years, no matter what happens, is not going to be 2.1 million. Do you get what I'm saying? The average house in 50 years will probably be something like round about 400-ish, 450k, let's say. That makes sense, right? Because the thing is houses need to be attainable for people, because if they're not attainable for people, houses can't be bought. And they can only be bought by the rich, but the rich can't literally buy everything because people need to live. There'll be massive amounts of poverty, there'll be massive amounts of unemployment, and people won't be able to buy goods and services because they'll be literally spending their money so much on a house that they won't be able to, the cost of living will be impossible, and therefore businesses will go down because goods and services won't be able to be bought. Right, when a bit of intantra there, but you get the whole point. It's just, it doesn't make sense. Houses literally can't keep increasing like that, right? So that's why I'm saying that there's diminishing returns. We're probably going to still see a very good growth, like decent growth in the next 50 years, but it's not going to be, in my opinion, double what it is now, the average house price. Like the average house price being 600, 700,000 is insane. Do you know what I mean? Like in normal rural areas, it's not going to happen, right? Because it will be too unattainable for most people. But anyway, my friend, went off on a bit of a tangent there, but I hope you get what I'm saying in terms of the fact that there is a different way. And by the way, in my opinion, investing in things like funds, accumulation funds, even stocks, right, or even crypto. By the way, I'm not saying you should. I'm just saying that way is a lot easier, because you don't need hundreds of thousands of pounds to invest and generate a decent return, right? You can still start investing so the compounding effect takes place with as little as 100 quid, right? Or brokerage use. And in terms of cryptocurrency as well, there's obviously transactional fees, but you could actually buy anything you want. Though crypto, I would argue, is not for long-term trading, definitely not, 100% not. It's unless you're buying into Bitcoin, because there is a mass adoption, same as the housing, right? I think in the next 20 years, Bitcoin will be massively adopted, but that's for another video, my friend. So, and if you're asking, my friend, how much you really should have in savings, then it's probably a good idea to click this video here, because I think you'd learn a bit more about this. Or if you want to know about not being femdom on and being harassed, like I said before, by women financially who literally rob you of your money, then you should click this video here. Or if you're into crypto and you want to know why this guy, nope, wrong hand, this guy doesn't want to invest into crypto and is skeptic, which is, by the way, fine, it's no judgment of me, but why he's skeptic, right? Then click on this video here, my friend, and learn more about that. All right, my friends?